about that. I am your goddess Nesca, here with Trucker Woman. We are reacting to...
Okay, so the Supreme Court did a big ruling on trucking. Apparently they ruled 9-0 that brokers who hire unqualified or illegal truck drivers can be held liable for whatever damage they cause.
Oh, that's... Okay, this sounds like a good one. Yeah, we could stop all those fucking...
Illegal truck drivers and also unqualified or just plain dangerous truck drivers.
Yeah.
Brokers can now be... Because what okay, let me explain what a broker is. Say I work for, let's just say GamerSub. Let's just use GamerSub as an example. Let's say they have a warehouse out in California. They don't have their own shipping company. What they'll do is they'll go to a broker and say, hey, I need a truckload of GamerSub waifu cups to go to Kansas City. They go to the broker and say, here's what we'll pay you, what we're paying for the load. Brokers go out and find like local, like they'll find maybe an owner-operator, because smaller truck, like one truck owner-operator guys, they don't have the networking to get like big. So they go to brokers to get deals, and brokers take a fee. What was going on is brokers were going and finding bottom of the barrel people who couldn't drive a truck, who probably shouldn't be driving, and they were taking a higher fee off them and just...
Because they would get paid less.
Yeah.
They would accept a less pay, so that means that they would receive more money.
So what would either happen is the truck driver wrecked and he didn't have insurance or wasn't qualified, then it would fall back on the shipper or whatever. What it is now the brokers can be held liable for it.
Good!
And there is going to be a day of fucking reckoning, because the trucking industry is one of the most litigated and sued industries in the entire country.
Real.
So this is going to change a lot of shit.
Good.
And you get a 9-0... You know how hard it is to get a 9-0 ruling out of the Supreme Court? When all 9 agree, that's when you know you're fucked. So let's get into it.
Hey guys, welcome to Boneheaded
government.
Truckers. Yes, we have breaking news today. If you have not been on X, Facebook, or LinkedIn or anything like that, there has been a major victory. And for all you guys that have been supporting what we've been supporting here on Bonehead Truckers, what you guys have been supporting with American Truckers United, you will see this as a big victory. The Supreme Court has ruled against the brokers, basically stating that brokers like C.H. Robinson, well, all brokers, but in this case, it was C.H. Robinson, right, that they can be held liable. And they should be held liable, okay? They should have some responsibility.
Yeah, these assholes are just hiring any John, Harry, whatever.
Allah Akbar trucking. You laugh. I've seen people have like Bin Laden pictures on the side of their truck.
Aww.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen with your company, I hope.
No.
Good.
Okay, and the Supreme Court unanimously agrees. Okay, and there is currently a meltdown going on in the Freight X. The brokers, they have shown their colors that I have found many months ago. I say many months ago because I only been on X stuff for about a year, a little over a year now. And a few months ago, I started calling these people out, and they said, oh, Ike, you're wrong. They're not for the brokers, they're for the truck drivers. We're going to see. We're going to see.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Truck driving is definitely a career that does not need DEI.
Well, not only that, you and I, the reason why I said why the trucking industry is one of the most litigated industries is because you, like, yes, you argue plane, the doctors, but everybody gets in a car and drives. The vast majority of people drive on the road. That's where the most likely accidents are going to happen.
Yeah. And we've already seen a lot of people getting killed because of these assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What this meltdown...
Like, say what you will. If you come... Okay. You are an awesome truck driver, hun.
Yeah.
But you should not ever truck drive, say, in Japan, because you do not know how to speak Japanese.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how amazing you are at driving and trucking. If you cannot read, then yeah, if you cannot read the language of like traffic signs and stuff, you should not be trucking. I don't care how good you may be at driving.
Doubt trucker wife who works for Swift.
Works for Swift.
Swift is kind of notorious for being one of the worst as far as accents goes. Like, they are notorious for that.
Dad trucker. Oh, wife who works for Swift. Oh, he's saying you.
But this is
okay. He was they were referring to you.
I work for an LTL trucking company, if that gives you an idea.
Don't dox yourself.
I'm not trying to, I'm just saying.
a huge victory. This is a huge victory. What does this mean for everyone? And we're going to talk about that in this video a little bit. This is going to possibly change a lot of things, okay, in trucking, because this is not the only thing going on in trucking today, but this is very, very huge. So you remember this date because people like the Colemans, people that the Colemans represent, all the victims' families, can now get something out of this. So let the meltdown begin. This is Kevin Rutherford. Kevin Rutherford obviously does not support the truck drivers.
Oh, fuck this guy. Oh, this is
He's
bad
bald.
news in so many... He's bald too.
Well, he's honorary bald. He's tectone bald. This is bad bald, this is good bald.
How is this bad news? Please, explain this to me.
It depends on where you got your money invested and why it's bad news.
Okay, he supports the brokers. He said this is bad news in many ways.
Here in the UK and Europe, we don't use words on 99% of our road signs. We use universal symbols and signs shaped to inform the drivers. But yeah, they do still need to pass a test that they understand those symbols.
Yeah.
A lot of the, what would we say, the DEI?
Just the illegal truck driving we had, they can't even read the road signs. And they're not even the ones that are in English. Just because in the United States, yes, we have words on our sign, but they also have standardized shapes for what they're supposed to represent. Stop signs, octagonal, like...
Red, yeah.
Red, like... Well, green signs...
Okay, like the most prominent one that I can think of was a no U-turn, and that doesn't have words on it, does it?
No.
And the guy still did a U-turn, and that's how I got that, like, 3-car pileup, was it?
No, it was just the one van, but...
Oh, it's the one van in it,
went underneath the truck.
Yeah. Yeah, that one,
He
it
doesn't
didn't
say...
have...
Sorry.
Yeah, that one, it didn't have words. It should have been a universal, knowledgeable thing.
Well, it should be also common sense. You don't do a fucking U-turn in the middle of the interstate.
And that asshole did anyway. So yeah, it's more than just knowing English or not. And I'm pretty sure, even in Europe, you guys would still have signs that have, like, the names of places. So, yeah.
What it is, of course, I have seen his post in the past, and
Names
he
of roads.
believes that brokers should not be held accountable. They shouldn't be held accountable for loads that they broker out to who they broker it out to. They should not be held accountable. Then there's Steve Oatley right here. Now, Steve Oatley, I like this guy. Used to work with him at TRC
yeah.
Freight. And let me just say, he's a good guy and everything, but he had a social media channel called Freight Broker Live, okay? Freight Broker Live. So it gives you a little bit of a history of his background, okay? The Supreme Court just issued a ruling that is going to hurt, if not collapse, small trucking, holding shippers and brokers responsible for hiring negligent carriers. Hang on just a second. If you're doing everything right and by the book, you're trying to do your best, then you should be rewarded with that load, right? But if not, if you're cutting corners, if you're not taking care of your equipment, if you've got a bad safety rating, then yes, you should be penalized. And who's going to get penalized out of this the most? Those small carriers that are running like chameleon carriers, people hauling, maybe these foreign entities and things of that nature. Because let me tell you something. I know a lot of carriers, whether they be small, just 20 trucks. I know carriers that has hundreds of trucks. I talk to these people and they take immense pride in their safety rating.
Yeah.
And these guys will thrive.
Yeah.
Absolutely will thrive. And if you don't take...
Yeah, trucker man here is definitely, or I guess I should say woman right now, but whatever. I'm used to saying trucker man. Leave me alone.
Just say trucker man.
Yeah, okie doke. But yeah, trucker man here, he is a damn good trucker. He takes good pride in his trucking. He's so good that he enters something called a truck driving rodeo. I can't help but gush over it because he usually comes in first to second place. He makes his
Why are
company
you
proud.
rubbing my stomach?
Because I want to.
No. I'm also at the rate I'm going, I'm a year away from hitting my 1,000,000 safe miles. So
proud of you, honey.
pride in your safety and all that, you don't need to be in trucking. 100%.
Hey,
This means they will no longer hire them. Mark my words, if you are unrated or worse, have
Feeling good.
conditional rating, your company
AIDs.
is done.
We're talking about trucking safety.
You just don't know it yet. That's interesting because I don't agree with that. I think you should...
I'm gonna read this. The Supreme Court just issued a ruling that is going to hurt, if not collapse, small trucking. Holding shippers and brokers responsible for hiring negligent carriers. This means they will no longer something them. Mark my words, if you are unrated or something, have a confidential rating, your company is something, you don't know it yet. To be fair, if these small trucking companies are hiring people who should not be on the road in the first place, then yeah, I feel like they should go out of business. I don't fucking care. Trucking is not... There are so many jobs out there that you do not want someone who is bad at their job to be in it. Trucking... firefighters, policemen, ambulance, doctors.
People putting your food together at McDonald's.
Oh, God. Oh, did you see that one, or was that just me?
Just you, probably. What are you talking about?
I saw a video of some manager at a McDonald's. Customer was just wanting more fries, and the bitch sat there and she put a bunch of fries in her mouth and stuck it in his thing. She fucking recorded herself doing that too. Yeah.
You don't hear these stories out of Chick-fil-A. You don't ever hear these stories out of Chick-fil-A. I'm just saying. It's always McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's.
Not first time watching, first time chatting. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for just wanting to chat.
But yeah, the day of reckoning upon these brokers is upon them.
Good.
The apocalypse is opening, and all four horsemen of the apocalypse is about to shit on their head. It is going to be spectacular.
Yeah.
Change these words there, Mr. Oatley. It's like, hey, if you don't care about safety on the road, if you don't care about your equipment, you don't care about the safety of others, then your company is done.
Yes.
Mark my words. The Freight Waves people are freaking blowing a lid right now. Okay? They absolutely cannot stand this. Adam Wing.
If you are a small courier and you are cheering on the, is that the name of the bill?
Yeah, Supreme Court.
Supreme Court. Oh, okay.
Of the United States.
Oh, thank you. Ruling against the brokers, I advise you to step back and really consider the big picture. Yeah, the reason that it passed without any pushback is because we all agree that this is a good thing. Unfortunately, I'm guessing you could probably be in the broker industry and you're probably part of one of the problems.
field. If you are a small carrier and you're cheering on the SCOTUS ruling
He's reading it.
against brokers, I advise you to step back and really consider the big picture. This could be catastrophic for many small carriers and owner-operators.
Don't care if they're hiring people who are going to be hazards on the road and causing death. They don't deserve to be a trucking company. Easy said, easy move.
Listen, I want to tell you something. You know what's catastrophic? Okay, for small carriers is not going by the book, right? But by cutting corners.
Yeah, exactly.
By hiring illegal immigrants. I'm looking at the big picture. Most of us are looking at the big picture. This big picture is going to hold brokers accountable. Let's say, for instance, the wreck in Terrell, Texas. Okay, it was hauled by Hope Trans, right? The broker of that load was Covenant. It was a USPS load. Okay, this load was supposed to have a team driver, but it wasn't. It was one driver.
Oh,
it was one.
What do you think of that? Have you heard of that?
This is news to me, but what it sounds like they're supposed to. Team drivers means it gets there quicker because also they can switch out once they run out of hours. If I'm going to guess what's going on is the guy is just powering through it and not following the law.
Which is very reckless.
There's a story about 10 years ago. A guy, I don't know where he was from. He drove from Seattle to Boston in one sitting, did not fucking stop. 44 hours straight. And then when he got there, after he got stopped, ooh.
Bing.
It's a bing.
There it is.
At wet_whiskers super chatted $5. Never got my CDA but worked on a bunch on docks. Forklift certified. Know a lot of truckers. This an important problem.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much for the $5. What's goes?
But
The $5 moan.
yeah, this is gonna be good for the trucking industry. You're gonna see a lot. It's gonna be short term because the shipping rates are gonna go way up, but long term it'd be best.
Yeah.
We need to rip the Band-Aid off.
For safety reasons, yeah.
Driver. See, but the rule is with USPS,
Thank you.
they're supposed to have two. But guess what? Guess who didn't have it? The Hope Trans did not have. They had a single driver doing a team load. Okay, a strong solo.
Was the idea of having a single driver doing a team load was to try to save them money?
Well, it's probably the driver trying to double dip because you get paid more at teams. Oh yeah, I finished my story on the guy that was on that went from Seattle to Boston. When he got out of the truck and he was at a rest stop, he was like acting all funny, and they called an ambulance. Apparently, he was high on meth and LSD when he did that.
Well,
They called the ambulance. They thought he was having a medical episode, and he was about to have one, being up 48 hours straight high on meth and LSD.
yeah, he could have easily died behind the wheel.
It happens.
Oof.
They're gay. And, well, guess what? They fell asleep and ran over people and,
Yep,
killed
just
people.
like what you were saying.
Okay? Now, in my opinion, Covenant should have done...
Wait. So he ran over pedestrians then?
Probably, or hit someone on the side of the road.
No. He specifically said he ran over people.
It's probably the same phrase, like you hit a cars and running over people. It's just a phrase expression.
Are you sure? Because that sounds like he just ran over pedestrians.
I don't know. Or could have been someone on the side of the road, too.
Yeah.
Their research on Hope Trans. Because when you look at their safety and you look at where they come from, it's like they shouldn't even hired Hope Trans, in my opinion. But here we are, almost a year later, and now brokers should be held reliable, or should be held accountable, I should say, for loads like that. When you could go and look, when you have all the tools in the world to go and look to say, okay, you could tell what kind of carriers these brokers are hiring. And they could go and say, okay, This is probably not a good idea. We're not going with these people. Yes, Adam Wingfield, the Hope Trans of the world will go away. And then there's the biggest fraud of Freight X. Okay, she comes across as
God
this
damn,
big,
she
and
wrote
she
a
had me
paragraph.
fooled, right?
Oh no, it's one of these kinds of bitches.
Woman. She had a woman moment.
She has a woman moment. The people who care more about, the little people need jobs too, and don't understand the technical side of jobs. Not everyone should be qualified for certain jobs.
No, the brokerage fee is gonna go way down. They're not gonna make as much money as they can. Oh no, they can't buy their second mansion.
Well,
As I
no.
love trucking and blah blah.
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful! How terrible! Oh no!
Blah blah. We call her Danielle Chafing around here. This was from a few months ago. How she sits there and she says that under federal law, a freight broker's job is to arrange transportation. It is not to select, qualify, or supervise drivers. They hire motor carriers, not drivers.
Do you want to correct this?
Yeah, no, the Supreme Court corrected her on that one. 9-0, mind you.
This was in response to a poll. Who should be held responsible for vetting drivers? That's a part of it, right? That is absolutely, when you hire a carrier, you're hiring a driver too. And then, not even a month later, a bomb has dropped on the logistics industry. Okay, what do you have to say to that, Danielle Chafing? This old gal puts on a facade. Oh, I'm for the truckers and all this, that, and other. When she...
Yeah, you're for all the illegal truckers. You're not for the good, hardworking truckers who actually are qualified for their jobs, actually do their jobs, actually just... It's people. Where does logic go?
What?
Where does logic go?
It's simple. Logic goes away when you gotta maximize profits.
Of course.
People defend
all about
brokers
the
before
money.
actual truck drivers. I think she's the biggest fraud on the whole Freight X thing. That's my opinion. And then there's this winner right here. I mean, a lot of these guys are mentally handicapped. I mean, they're smart, book smart, and they know numbers and everything. But I really don't think they have much going else on upstairs, right? They know numbers. Good. Winners in this.
That's weird how these people all want unqualified people at these dangerous jobs, but my local retail place wants the most overqualified people to hire, and they don't do anything but steal hours.
Yeah.
This is large brokers, large carriers. I think you're missing a few things, huh? Losers, small and mid-sized brokers, and small carriers. Those are the losers. Now, let me just say this. You know who the winners are, Ken? You want to know who the winners are? And this is what none of these people want to talk about.
Let me guess. The winners are people on the road who don't want to get killed.
Yes.
None of these freaking idiots that we're sitting there talking about, none of them are sitting there saying, what about the Colemans? Yeah, you know, Delilah Coleman, okay, and their family, and who they represent. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? All those families that have lost their loved ones. They've lost their loved ones, and they couldn't sue a broker, even though it was clear a broker hired a carrier negligent, that they didn't do their research. Mm-hmm. The broker didn't do their research. Yes, the carrier was bad, but that could have been prevented. 100% could have been prevented. Mm-hmm. All these people are broker centric, right? Freight Broker Live, Kevin Rutherford, Adam Wingfield, all of the Freight Waves people. This guy, freaking the freight nerd, You know, these people are freaking having a meltdown today because you don't know why. This is because they actually have to do work. They actually have to do something by vetting a carrier. A carrier, when you vet...
So, for the most part, you're thinking these people who are responding are like people who are like in the higher ups of certain trucking industries.
Yeah.
So they're the
Well,
they're part of the problem then.
That explains what a broker is. Like I said, you could probably do it sitting at home on your couch. They do it on a laptop. Mm-hmm. So that's the people they're trying to protect.
So yeah, no.
A carrier, it tells you what standards they have. Okay, it tells you what kind of drivers they hire. You can tell if they're a foreign entity or not. You can tell what kind of equipment they have. Okay, and when you have good equipment, and what I mean by good equipment, by doing your pre-trip and keeping up your maintenance,
Pre-trip.
hiring a driver that knows English and is well trained. Okay. And listen, when you sit there and talk
signs.
about how small carriers and owner-operators are going to hate this, I don't know, because most of the ones I deal with...
Wouldn't this go a little deeper than like the what is it called? The DMV? Or how do you get your CDL?
You go through a driving school.
Uh-huh.
You have to go through a driving training course. It took me 12... No, actually, no. From the time I started till I got my CDL was 6 weeks, but it's 12 weeks because my company had to train me on their Pacific stuff. But, yeah, typically it takes anywhere from 6 to 12 weeks, depending.
Mm-hmm. So do you think brokers is not the tip of the iceberg here? You think it's also these maybe fraudulent trucking schools?
Probably. Oh, I got a video on X I got to show you that Kirsha was watching. I got to show you.
Moo.
You'll like right after this. It's only
do
like 2
take
minutes.
care of their equipment, do hire American drivers, and do have standards of their own.
Yeah.
These people are having a huge meltdown, and I think it's freaking awesome. And I can't wait to see how this progresses. It should be, this should be the biggest thing in trucking in a long time. The next thing we got to do is pass Delilah's Law. So David Rouser.
What's the Delilah's Law?
I actually don't know anything about that one.
Okay, I think he might talk about it. Let's
Watch this. Are you watching David Rouser? Okay. We need to get that passed. HR 5688. Let's get that into the House on the floor to vote on. Let's send it to the Senate, and let's send it to frickin' to the White House. Have Trumpy Trump sign it into law. That's the reason why I haven't been to DC, folks. Is because this it's stalled. Everything is stalled. Today we finally get some movement at the Supreme Court. Hopefully this ignites HR 5688 or 5688 to go to the House to get voted on. I appreciate.
Yeah, this stuff is way more important than disclosure on aliens. Hell, this stuff is
More important than the war in Iraq. Hell.
I was going to say more important than the Epstein files.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys watching. Let me know what you think in the comments of the video
That's the
here.
truck driver.
All right, because hey, I
Don't
think
say that.
you should all be happy. This is a major win for trucking, major win for safety, major win for the victims' families that that at no
to
fault
stop
of their
future
own
victims.
getting ran over by people that just do not care about safety. Bonehead truckers, we go.
Yeah, Bonehead Truckers. Check them
I
out.
agree. All right, before we leave, I got like one short video. I'm gonna
Okay.
do one thing real quick.
Add on to this.
Yeah, it's on Twitter if I can get my mouse to scroll over here.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Need keyboard.
No, actually, I got it bookmarked.
Okay.
Okay, I gotta go to.
Oh, you blacked the screen.
Yeah, in case something popped up.
Okay.
If I can go to.
Oh, yeah, because you don't know what would pop up on X.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna unblack screen.
Foreigners over here.
It already started
You know,
playing without
this guy
you.
right here, the guy right. So I'm over here in Eden, Ohio, and there's a bunch of foreigners over here.
I know.
You know, this guy right here, the guy right next to me, all along in all these trucks, okay? None of them can get loads out of Ohio today. And I was talking to the Iman guy right here.
while I was in there at the Punjabi place getting something to eat. And he said that the reason that they can't get freight out of Ohio today is because the freight brokers won't work with them anymore.
Nice.
Okay? Apparently, what has happened is that, yesterday they had the Supreme Court ruling that found brokers could be held liable for accidents with carriers with red flags. Ooh. Apparently, that the trickle-down effect happened like that. Okay, brokers are just saying, no, there's a whole lot of other trucks. We don't need you. We're not going to use you no more. Okay? I was looking up at some of these DOT numbers to these guys, and they do have a pretty substantial track record of unsafe behavior, accidents, high out of service rates, things like that. So guys, here's what I got to say. This is going to be changing in a hurry. Brokers are not just thinking once about it. They're thinking twice, three, and even four times about it.
I'm gonna hope that this is this guy's personal truck, because I know like your company doesn't have a rule where you're not supposed to smoke in the truck.
People do it, but you're not supposed to. It's probably his own truck.
I would hope so, because otherwise he's outing himself.
Yeah, people do it.
This guy spitting facts is real AF. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who they want to work with. If you're an established U.S. carrier, between 1 and 15 trucks, you better hope to God you have a proven track record with these brokers, because they're on the hook now. They're on the hook in ways that they've never experienced before. So guys, all I gotta say is, you better be going and getting your DOT inspections. Better be going and asking, way station operators for a level 1. Things like that. Get it on record that you're not getting placed out of service, that you're complying with your ELD stuff, things like that, because I'm pretty sure brokers like C.H. Robinson and TQL, they're eventually going to create a system that tracks all this. So, guys, all I got to say is safety first on those highways and byways.
Yes. Absolutely.
All right. That was all that.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this lovely video. Bye!
We'll be right back.
Thank you all for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It would make me very happy. Kiss, kiss,